What is up, folks, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Jay. I explore Vegas and I come out here at least monthly. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna take a drive through a dispensary here in Las Vegas, and I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know, the laws and where you can and you can't. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually drive through and show you guys how easy this process is and some of the tips on my top 3 and why. Let's go.
Hey there, everyone. This is Matt Bridger, and you are listening to the Vegas Confessions podcast.
Didn't we go to my favorite dive bar before that? We went to Double Down.
Double Down Saloon. Yeah, we had some ash juice.
I am all about ass juice. Yeah, baby.
You guys need to go check that room. There's like a dead guy in the bed. And the lady at the counter says, "Well, we'll call housekeeping." Like, housekeeping?
Jay's never met an asshole he didn't like. Shout out to the guy at third base at the blackjack table I was at last, who was obviously trying to keep a high-low count, but was mouthing the numbers as the cards were being turned over.
Be careful what you say, because we can have you whacked.
Hey, I'm Nikki, and you're listening to the Vegas Confessions podcast.
Alrighty, folks, so we're here in the drive-thru. I'm gonna flip the camera around to me so you guys can just kind of see everything. How you doing? Can I get some pre-rolls?
Yeah, okay, I got the Platinum Girl Scout. I got you. That one's a good one. And then the duct tape. Want to go with those two?
Sure.
They're both the highest ones at 21%.
That works.
Gotcha. So then for both of them, it'd be 20. Did you have your bag with you today?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. 20 even, okay?
Okay, here, so let's do 25 there.
Thank you.
It's in the bag.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. With your Girl Scout, your duct tape, changes $5. And then stamp card in there, okay?
The 5's you.
What's that?
The 5's yours.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. It's hard to hear you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No,
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate
you're welcome.
that.
No worries.
You have a good night, okay?
You too. Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
So one thing to keep in mind is they usually ask for your ID, and they didn't ask for my ID this round, and which I'm okay with. And I went ahead and, like I said, you have to have a bag, and the bag is like in Nevada law. When you leave the dispensaries here, like, yes, it's legal, but you still have to have it in a sealed child protective bag, so that way, you know, nobody can get a hold of it. But that's just one of the laws, and let's talk a little more in detail about the laws. And then on top of that, I'm gonna give you guys 3 different dispensaries and tell you guys which one's my top 3 and rate them for you and why. Yes, it's legal to smoke marijuana in Nevada, okay? But there are some things to be said about this. Now, again, you can't do it in a hotel room. It doesn't mean that, oh, because it's legal, you could smoke in the hotel. A lot of people, I don't know why and for what reason, they smoke in the rooms and they end up getting charged and then acting like, oh, well, they didn't know. It's legal here. Bullshit. You guys know, all right? So, that being said, that's one of them. Number 2, as far as smoking on the strip and downtown on Fremont, like you're not supposed to be, that's considered public. You're not supposed to be in public. You're only supposed to be doing it recreationally in a private residence, okay? So, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna see people smoking everywhere, all right? So, just know that, and that doesn't mean, like, you know, they're always gonna get caught. That's why people do it to this day. So a lot of people, like I said, get it misconstrued that you can smoke anywhere you go. That's not necessarily the case. You do have to be respectful about it, know where to do it, and that's just basically what it comes down to. Now, one thing I will do and say is, if you're coming to Las Vegas and you want to visit dispensaries and you want to know which ones to check out, I will rank them for you because I have done the homework. I have visited a majority of them in town. So honestly, straight up, if I were to rate these numbers 1 through 3, if I started at 3 and no particular reason, that I'm not biased to any of them, I'm not being paid by any of them, I'm just telling you guys straight up, Planet 13 would come in at number 3. Now the reason Planet 13 would be number 3 is because it has so many different options, right? It's so big and it's very overwhelming, right? But Planet 13 comes in because their stuff is good. I will give them that. Their stuff is quality, right? They have some stuff that, you know, is on sale, but they're on sale as like $16 pre-rolled stuff like that, versus other places, which I will mention in a minute, that can be cheaper. Again, the quality's there, the stuff is, you know, it's fire, but you're gonna pay a little more for it, and just, you know, just note that. And if you don't mind that, the other thing you have to keep in mind is, on top of the price that they have posted, you gotta incorporate the tax. There's a sales tax out here on marijuana, and it's always implicated when you purchase it in the dispensaries. So everything you're building up on your list, you gotta add a percentage to it because you're gonna pay taxes on it. So that's something to keep in mind until I tell you the last place. Again, getting back to Planet 13, there's so much stuff in this place, between a restaurant and a bar and a coffee shop, and there's so much stuff. They're adding more to it. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this place throughout the whole facility, right? But like I said, overwhelming with product, right? And again, people there are very knowledgeable, and that's any dispensary you go to. They're gonna give you all the information, get you anything you need and want. Especially if you're looking for a certain kind of, you know, CBD, indica, sativa, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. They're gonna make sure you get what you need. A lot of these places, they carry everything. Like I said, they have it all. So Planet 13, because I've gotten a couple batches that were a little bit dry, maybe it was just my pick of the litter, and that's just what I ended up getting, and that was my luck. But it would make sense to me too, because that's kind of my luck in the casino. Number 2 would have to be Hardine, or as mentioned, Hardine, Jardin, Hardine, whatever it's called. But I've been there a few times, and this place is awesome. Now, what I really enjoy about this place is, like, all the bud tenders and stuff, they all wear, like, the, you know, doctor's coats and stuff like that. So it's really, really neat. And everything in there is available. I mean, you name it. Like I said, all these places have it all. But, I mean, this place, what I like about it is it's all right in one area. You know what I mean? And every different spot, every different screen that you walk up to is basically the same menu. So when I walked in the first time with a buddy, I was like, what am I looking at, right? Then I got the grasp of it after the next visit. Like, oh, they're all different stalls. They're all different stations. There's a little bit of everything. They're all kind of set up the same. So the more you know, the better for you, right? So ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask dumb questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question, especially if you're coming in from a different state where, you know, you don't get to consume marijuana on a regular basis. Totally understand. A lot of people come here to cut loose and get free, right? So some people drink, some people smoke, some people do other things, and I tend to visit some of these dispensaries, so I figured I'd share some of this stuff with you. Jardin is freaking awesome. The staff there is great. Now, again, I love the product there. Now, one thing about this place is I've never, ever really had any dry stuff, which, like I said, that could have been my pick from just the first couple visits from Planet 13, because I've actually went back, and this last time I didn't have any problem with the last batch. So maybe it was just, I don't know, a coincidence. But let's talk about number 1. Number 1 for me is gonna be where I just took you guys, into the Nuwu dispensary. One thing I like about Nuwu is they have a drive-through that's 24 hours. If you're interested and you want to go through the drive-through, you can actually book your order online through their menu and just go and pick it up at that window. No cash exchange. Everything's done right there, right? Most of these dispensaries did not accept card payments, no Square payments, nothing. It was only cash only in Nevada for a long time. And now recently I've noticed that a lot of places are starting to do card transactions. So I found that very interesting. So now again, getting back to number one, which was Nuwu. Now again, it is 24 hours, which is awesome because it doesn't matter what time you're gonna go, you can go, right? So that's always beneficial. But the number one reason I like this place is because, again, just like everywhere else, the staff's cool and all, but it's actually considered an Indian reservation where it's at, and they actually own it. So there's no sales tax on anything there. And that's one of the benefits of coming to this place is there's no sales tax on anything. What your price is what you're gonna pay, you know, minus the tip and stuff. And that's always another thing to consider is definitely consider tipping these people, especially if you come down here for the first time and you're new to all this stuff and you wanna know, hey, I want something that, you know, is gonna make me float but not put me out, you know what I mean? Something like that. You want something not too strong, but you still want to feel something. Like, these people are going to help you get you what you need. So, you know, toss them a few bucks. It's not a big deal. Again, tips go a long way in Vegas, guys. And Vegas is a tip-driven industry. So one thing I've learned is it doesn't matter if it's a waiter, if it's a bud tender, if it's anybody, I'm tipping a couple bucks. It's just the way it is, right? So I've gotten used to that. But I did want to kind of show you guys the process of how easy it can be. You can go up there, order your stuff at the window, make your payment and transaction, get your stuff back, and you're on your way. It's not that serious. It's not dangerous. It's not in the best part of town, okay? It is in North Las Vegas. But I mean, you're in your car the whole time and you just got to go through the drive-thru and you're back out. So one thing I will also mention about this place that's pretty unique is it has its own tasting room. Now they have these different packages available where you can go in there and you can, you know, consume your stuff. There's also packages where you can go and you can get water pipes and a certain amount of different, you know, concentrates and all kinds of different stuff, right? And I can put a link in here to link you guys to all that stuff, which I really found interesting because, you know, a tasting room, which, you know, it's legal here now. So at some point, you know, lounges and all that good stuff is coming. So it was only a matter of time. And these guys actually have a live YouTube channel there where they talk about different topics, watch and cover things, which I found really cool as, you know, a fellow YouTuber. Now, I don't know if they're on YouTube or Twitch or where they're on, but I know they live stream from there because they have replays and stuff when you go in there. So I thought that was really neat. Again, the last thing I will mention about Nuwu is gonna be the service. Every time I've walked into that place, they're always super down to earth, right? And just like you guys saw, the lady didn't even expect me to tip her $5, but it is what it is because at the end of the day, I was in and out, you know, within a couple minutes. Now this video doesn't show that or do that justice because I talk a lot, but that's okay. But I was in and out quick, and that's one thing about these places is you're usually in and out if there's no line. So again, ordering online can be very beneficial. You could even tip online or you can just tip them cash at the window. Just know where to go. There's different places. If you're on the strip, I would consider going to Jardin, or I would check out, you know, Planet 13. There's taxis and stuff that'll take you straight there. And if you're downtown, I really recommend you check out Nuwu. It's on Main Street. You definitely are not far from it. So I hope you folks found this informational. I wanted to do something like this, which is a little bit different. Again, I'm not the typical YouTuber. I do things totally different. I'm all about getting you information and things you need to know about Vegas specifically. Places to visit, food to try, people to meet, and things you need to see, right? So this is a subject that I know not very many people have covered, but being that, you know, I don't mind covering and talking about this stuff blatantly. We talk about all this kind of stuff on my podcast, so I figured why not bring it to the YouTube channel. So I'm glad I went down there. Again, if you guys could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here, or don't. I could give a shit. Again, not your typical YouTuber. I'm gonna tell you not to subscribe. That's just the way I roll. But if you like the concept of doing different things around Vegas, checking out different places, that's kind of what I do. I don't drink, I explore the city at night, and I stay on the go. Guys, thank you for hanging out and cruising with me. I know the light was a little shit tonight. I hope this video comes out well. I had to be incognito. Nobody really knew the camera was going or anything. And again, I just wanted to show you the simplicity. All right? So if you guys enjoyed this, do me a favor, like I said, hit the like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers. Shout out to all of our Patreon members and supporters here of the podcast and YouTube channel. Thank you, folks. You folks are awesome. And if you folks would like to get your name on this list, definitely check out our Patreon. where you guys can get your name shouted out on the podcast as well.